Welcome to Football In and Out, bringing you football insights on and off the field. In today's video, we are bringing you updates on the 4 African teams competing in the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. All 4 sides have now completed their first 2 group stage games, and trust us, it's been a roller coaster of emotions. We've seen some major disappointments, some beautiful football, and plenty of drama. But if one thing's for sure, this new look Club World Cup is definitely fun to watch. So, without any waste of your time, let's dive straight into the African team's journey so far. The wait is finally over, the FIFA Club World Cup 2025 is officially underway. The tournament kicked off on the 14th of June 2025 in the United States, marking a historic expansion of the competition to feature a massive 32 teams. These clubs are battling it out across 12 stadiums in 11 iconic US cities, with fans enjoying world-class football from coast to coast. And where will it all come to an epic end? At none other than the MetLife Stadium in New York or New Jersey, which will host the grand finale. Now let's break down how the tournament is structured. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup features 8 groups, Group A through to Group H, with 4 teams in each group, making it a full-scale global football festival. Each group follows a single round-robin format, meaning every team plays 3 matches, one against each of the other teams in their group. And here's the key detail, only the top 2 teams from each group will advance to the knockout stages, setting us up for an intense round of 16, followed by the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the final at MetLife Stadium in New York or New Jersey. With so much at stake in just 3 matches per team, there's no room for slow starts or slip-ups. Every goal, every point, every result counts. Now here's where things get even more interesting. The money involved in this year's FIFA Club World Cup is on another level. Each team earns $2 million for every group stage win and $1 million for every draw. That's right, just one draw in the group stages will see both teams walk away with a cool $1 million each. And for African clubs, this is huge. Let's put it into perspective, a draw in the Club World Cup could earn Mamelodi Sundowns more than what they pocket after 30 matches in the entire Betway Premiership season. And a single win. It's more than the CAF Champions League payout. So even if they don't go all the way to win the tournament, just competing and picking up points could financially transform these clubs. And if you're wondering about the grand prize, well, the Club World Cup 2025 champion will take home up to a staggering $125 million in total prize money. So, here's the question for you, who do you think will win the 2025 Club World Cup? We have 4 teams that are representing the African continent. In no particular order, we have Al Ahly Sporting Club from Egypt. Known across the continent as the Club of the Century, Al Ahly has built a football legacy that's nothing short of legendary. Nicknamed the Red Devils, this powerhouse has dominated Egyptian and African football for decades. So far, Al Ahly has won 45 Egyptian Premier League titles, the most by any club, and 12 CAF Champions League trophies, more than any team on the continent. That's not just dominance, that's football royalty. Africa's powerhouse came in with big expectations. Will they live up to the hype? Or will they stumble under pressure? And just to remind everyone that they're still very much in charge, Al Ahly wrapped up the 2024-25 Egyptian Premier League season on top of the log with 58 points, once again asserting their grip on domestic football. Whether it's in Cairo, Casablanca, or now the United States for the Club World Cup, Al Ahly shows up with history, hunger, and hardware. They're not just representing Egypt, they're carrying the pride of African football on their shoulders. Can Al Ahly turn their African dominance into global glory at this year's Club World Cup? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We are now talking about none other than Mamelodi Sundowns, also known as Matsatsantsa Pitori, and more famously, the Brazilians. Sundowns have been a dominant force in the Premier Soccer League, rewriting the record books with every passing season. With a groundbreaking 15 PSL titles to their name and 8 consecutive league championships from 2017 to 2025, a streak never seen before in South African football. That's not just dominance, that's dynasty status. Can Sundowns carry the South African flag all the way to the knockout rounds? They've raised the bar for consistency, professionalism, and performance in South Africa's top flight, and they're now looking to bring that same energy to the world stage. But if there's one area they're still chasing, it's continental success. Sundowns lifted the CAF Champions League trophy once, back in 2016, a historic moment that made them only the 2nd South African club ever to conquer Africa. So, here's the big question, can Sundowns finally turn their domestic dominance into continental, and now international, glory? They've got the squad. they've got the system. But is this the year they break through on the Club World Cup stage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Are the Brazilians ready to conquer the world? In the 2024-25 Betway Premiership season, Sundowns once again finished first on the log with 73 points, proving yet again that their dominance is no fluke, it's a culture. If you're enjoying the journey through African football greatness, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now we head north, to the heart of Tunisian football. We are talking about none other than Esperance Sportive de Tunis, or as the world knows them, Esperance. With their iconic red and yellow kits, and their fierce nickname, Blood and Gold, Esperance is one of the most recognizable and respected clubs on the African continent. Esperance is the most successful club in Tunisian football history, with an incredible 34 League Professional 1 titles. On the continental stage, Esperance has lifted the CAF Champions League trophy 4 times. That includes becoming one of the few clubs in Africa to win it back-to-back, dominating the continent in both 2018 and 2019. This is a rare feat achieved by only a handful of African sides. Now, as they represent Tunisia on the global stage at the FIFA Club World Cup, all eyes are on them to see whether they can bring that same fire, that same fight, to the world's biggest club tournament. Often underrated, but always competitive. Will they surprise us at the Club World Cup? Or will they struggle to cope? They've got the history. They've got the experience. But can Esperance go toe-to-toe with the world's elite? Let us know in the comments. In the 2024-25 Tunisian League Professional 1 season, they once again proved their dominance, finishing first on the log with 66 points. From local legends to continental kings, Esperance has truly earned their place among Africa's football elite. Lastly, we travel to Casablanca, home to one of Africa's most iconic football clubs. We are talking about Wydad Athletic Club, commonly known as Wydad AC, or simply, Wydad. Nicknamed the Red Castle, this club is more than just a football team, it's a symbol of Moroccan pride, passion, and excellence on the pitch. Domestically, Wydad has been a dominant force in the Botola Pro, with an incredible 22 league titles, a record that spans generations, from the late 1940s to the modern era. This makes them one of the most successful clubs in Moroccan football history. But Wydad's success doesn't stop at home. They've lifted the CAF Champions League trophy 3 times, in 1992, 2017, and 2022, cementing their status as a continental powerhouse. That makes Wydad not just a Moroccan powerhouse, but a continental giant. Now, as they take on the world's best at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, they carry the hopes of Morocco and fans across the continent. Can the Red Castle rise once again, this time, on global soil? Let us know in the comments, how far do you see Wydad going in this year's tournament? In the 2024-25 Botola Pro 1 season, Wydad finished third on the log with 54 points, falling just short of title contention but qualifying for the CAF Confed. If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. Alright, back to our update. Let's dive into the latest Club World Cup updates for our 4 African representatives, and we start with the Giants from Cairo. Drawn into a very competitive Group A alongside Palmeiras, FC Porto, and Inter Miami, the club of the century knew the margin for error would be slim. Their opening fixture was a highly anticipated clash with Inter Miami, the MLS side featuring global superstar power, with players like Suarez, Messi, and Busquets. Unfortunately, for all the build-up, the match delivered very little on the score sheet. Despite a combined 25 total shots on goal, neither side managed to find the back of the net. The game ended in a 0-0 stalemate, with both teams walking away with a point, and $1 million each in prize money. But for Al Ahly, it will feel more like 2 points dropped than 1 gained. They were awarded a crucial penalty, a golden opportunity to go ahead, but it was missed, leaving fans, coach and players frustrated. In tournaments like this, especially with only 3 group games, chances like that are game-changing. Now the pressure is on Al Ahly heading into their next group clash. Do you think Al Ahly can bounce back and qualify for the knockout stages from this tough group? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Al Ahly's second group match saw them face off against Brazilian giants Palmeiras, a clash of 2 continental heavyweights. But sadly, for the Red Devils, the result was one they'll want to forget. Al Ahly suffered a 2-0 defeat, marking their first loss of the tournament, and also the first loss under new head coach Jose Rivero. To make matters worse, one of the goals came through a heartbreaking own goal by Wessam Abu Ali, adding to the pressure already mounting on the Cairo side. 2 matches in, and Al Ahly is yet to find the back of the net. They now sit bottom of Group A, with 1 point, 2 goals conceded, 0 goals scored, and a negative 2 goal difference. Their final group stage match will be against Portuguese side FC Porto, a must-win encounter. Should Al Ahly lose that match, they will crash out of the Club World Cup without winning a single game, a major disappointment for a club with such a rich legacy. So, here's the question. Can Al Ahly pull off a comeback against Porto, or is this campaign already over for the Red Devils? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, beyond the scorelines, one thing that's really stood out about Al Ahly in this Club World Cup is their discipline and maturity on the field. Unlike what we often see in the CAF Champions League, where there's no shortage of aggressive appeals and pressure on match officials, this time around Al Ahly have shown a different face. There's been no bullying of referees, no confrontational behavior, just calm, focused football. They've respected the referees' decisions and kept their energy on the game. And that's something worth recognizing. On top of that, their style of play is evolving. We're seeing fluidity across departments, structured transitions, and cohesive team movement. Even though they haven't scored yet, you can clearly see the tactical blueprint of new head coach Jose Rivero coming into play. There's been heavy criticism from fans, and even some of the club's former legends have questioned his appointment and style. But despite that, club president Mahmoud El Khatib has publicly backed Rivero, offering him full support during what's clearly a transitional period. Do you think Jose Rivero deserves more time, or is patience wearing thin among the fans? Let us know in the comments. Next up in our Club World Cup update, we head to Group D, where Esperance Sportive de Tunis, better known as AS Tunis. AS Tunis is drawn in Group D alongside Flamengo, Chelsea, and Los Angeles FC. The Tunisian Giants began their campaign with a tough test against Brazilian giants Flamengo. The match took place on June 17th, and unfortunately for the Tunisian side, it was a difficult night. AS Tunis lost 2-0, in a game where Flamengo clearly dominated from start to finish. The possession stats told the story. AS Tunis struggled to hold the ball and managed only a handful of attempts on goal. Flamengo, on the other hand, looked sharp, composed, and physically imposing throughout the match. It wasn't just about the goals, it was the way Flamengo controlled the tempo, dictated the space, and kept AS Tunis pinned in their own half for long spells. For Blood and Gold, this match was a reminder of just how tough the step up from continental competition to global stage can be. But the tournament is far from over. With Chelsea and LAFC still to come, AS Tunis has everything to play for in their next 2 matches. Can the Tunisian champions bounce back and prove they belong among the world's elite? Let us know in the comments, do you believe AS Tunis can still make it out of Group D? Esperance Sportive de Tunis bounced back in style in their second FIFA Club World Cup group match, and this time, it was all about grit and precision. Facing off against Los Angeles FC, AS Tunis didn't dominate the ball possession, but they didn't need to. Despite having less possession, they were sharper up front and more aggressive in attack. And it paid off. Youssef Bilailai stepped up and delivered, scoring his first goal of the tournament, and securing a 1-0 victory for the Blood and Gold. That win not only gave them 3 crucial points, but also $2 million in prize money, a massive financial boost for the Tunisian Giants. Right now, AS Tunis sit third in Group D after 2 games, with 1 win, 1 loss, 1 goal scored, 2 goals conceded, and 3 points. Their final group stage match is against a massive showdown against English Premier League powerhouse Chelsea. It all comes down to that game. Can AS Tunis pull off a shock result and book their place in the last 16? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is there still more magic left in the Blood and Gold? Now let's turn our focus to the South African champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, the pride of Pretoria and serial winners of the Betway Premiership. Drawn into Group F, Sundowns found themselves in a competitive group with Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund, and Ulsan HDFC of South Korea. Their opening match, played on the 18th of June, was against Ulsan, and as expected, the Brazilians of South Africa came out strong. Sundowns dominated possession, dictated the pace of the match, and created far more scoring opportunities than their opponents. They didn't just show up, they showed why they're 8-time consecutive PSL champions. The match ended 1-0 in favor of Mamelodi Sundowns, earning them a valuable 3 points and a cool $2 million in Club World Cup prize money. While the scoreline may look narrow, the performance was commanding. Sundowns looked structured, confident, and composed, a team with serious intent to go far in this tournament. Do you think Sundowns can carry this momentum into their next fixtures against Fluminense and Borussia Dortmund? Let us know in the comments section, can the Brazilians be the first South African team to make a real mark globally? It wasn't all smooth sailing though, VAR had its say. Ikram Reyners, who looked lively throughout the match, had 2 goals ruled out for offside after VAR intervention, a frustrating moment for the striker and Sundowns fans. But despite those setbacks, Sundowns held their nerve, stuck to their structure, and still walked away with the win. And it wasn't just a win, it was a record-breaking moment for the South African champions. Here are some of the milestones achieved. Number 1, Reyners became the first South African player and the first African player to score at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. That's a milestone not just for him, but for the entire continent. He also earned the title of Superior Player of the Match, becoming the first South African and African player to receive that honor at this year's tournament. What a moment for Ikram Reyners, for Mamelodi Sundowns, and for African football. His performance didn't just help the team win, it put his name in the Club World Cup history books. Number 2, Mamelodi Sundowns also etched their name into the history books by becoming the first African team to score at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. The Tshwane Giants also became the first South African team to win a match at the expanded 32-team FIFA Club World Cup. They also kept a clean sheet in their debut match, showcasing the strength of their defense at the highest level. And they bagged $2 million in prize money, more than what they earned for an entire domestic season. It shows that African clubs, with structure, vision, and ambition, can go toe-to-toe with global powerhouses. Sundowns weren't just representing South Africa, they were flying the flag for the entire continent. And lastly, Ronwen Williams, Sundowns captain and shot stopper, added his name to the record books as well. He became the first South African goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet at the FIFA Club World Cup. It was a calm, composed performance from the Bafana Bafana number 1, leading from the back, organizing the defense, and ensuring Sundowns walked away with all 3 points and 0 goals conceded. After that impressive win over Ulsan HDFC, Mamelodi Sundowns found themselves sitting top of Group F at number 1 on the log with 3 points, making a bold statement to the rest of the group early on. But here's what makes this even more historic. Until now, Sundowns had never won a single match at the FIFA Club World Cup, not in their previous appearances. That all changed under the leadership of Miguel Cardoso. Since his arrival, the Portuguese tactician has brought structure, discipline, and a clear tactical identity to this already talented squad. And in just one match, he's already achieved something no previous Sundowns coach has managed on this stage, delivering their first ever win in the competition. So, the big question now is, can Cardoso take this team even further? Could this be the start of a deeper run into the knockout stages? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is Miguel Cardoso the coach to lead Sundowns to global glory? And for Sundowns, it's not just the football that's winning, it's the finances too. Thanks to their participation and opening victory, Mamelodi Sundowns have already secured a massive 210 million rands at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. That includes 174 million rands as the guaranteed participation fee plus 36 million rands for their group stage win against Ulsan HDFC. That's more than what they'd earned from winning the PSL and CAF Champions League combined, and we're only in the group stages. It's a huge boost not only for the club's books but also for the perception of African club football on the world stage. Can Sundowns go beyond just making history, and actually make a deep run in this tournament? Mamelodi Sundowns stepped into their second group stage clash with Borussia Dortmund, and while the result didn't go their way, their performance left a global impression. The final score was a thrilling 4-3 loss to the German Giants. But this wasn't a one-sided affair, not even close. In fact, despite the result, Sundowns dominated large portions of the game. They played with confidence, bravery, and purpose. They took the game to Dortmund. And the world took notice. On social media, one phrase started trending. Dortmund won the match, but Sundowns won the hearts. And rightly so. This wasn't just a close scoreline, it was a statement of intent. Sundowns showed they belong at this level. They showed that African clubs can go head-to-head with the best in Europe and play beautiful football during it. From fluid attacking play to high pressing and composure on the ball, Sundowns outplayed Dortmund in many key areas, and they did it with class. Yes, the loss hurts, but this performance raised the club's profile worldwide. And they still have one more game in the group stage. Can Sundowns bounce back and qualify for the knockout stages? Let's talk about how things unfolded. Sundowns were in control early on, but a rare mistake from goalkeeper Ronwen Williams opened the door for Dortmund. His misjudged moment led directly to Dortmund's first goal, and from there, the momentum swung. Honestly, these are mistakes that goes unpunished in the PSL. That early goal seemed to ignite Dortmund's spirit, and in the space of a few minutes, the German side went on a scoring spree, racing to a 4-1 lead. But if there's one thing the Sundowns side has proven, it's that they're never out of the fight. The Brazilians of Tunis didn't give up. Instead, they dug deep, found rhythm again, and pulled 2 more goals back, closing the gap to 4-3 before the final whistle. And let's be honest, with just a bit more sharpness, or fewer individual errors, Sundowns could have drawn or even won this game. But what stood out wasn't just the goals, it was the resilience, unity, and belief this team showed against a world-class opponent. At the end of the day, this was more than a narrow defeat, it was a performance to be proud of. The players gave everything. The technical team got the tactics right. The team showed that African football belongs on the stage. Do you think Sundowns deserved more from this match? Was this a lesson in growth or a missed opportunity? After 2 intense group stage matches, Mamelodi Sundowns currently sit third on the log with 3 points. Their final hurdle is a tough showdown against Brazilian giants Fluminense, who are leading the group with 4 points after 2 games. It's do or die for Sundowns now. Can the Brazilians of South Africa turn things around and secure a spot in the last 16 of the Club World Cup? Finally, let's turn our attention to Wydad Athletic Club, also known as the Red Castle, Morocco's pride and one of Africa's most storied clubs. Drawn into Group G, alongside Manchester City, Juventus, and LI. Wydad faced a daunting opener against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, one of the world's elite teams. The match ended with a 2-0 victory for Manchester City, who took home the win in a $2 million payday. Despite the loss, Wydad showed moments of promise, especially from Thembinkosi Lorch, who impressed with his skill and determination throughout the game. While the scoreline didn't go their way, Wydad's fight and flashes of quality remind us why they remain a force to be reckoned with on the continental stage. What do you think Wydad needs to do to bounce back in the upcoming matches against Juventus and LI? Share your thoughts in the comments below. One player who truly caught the eye for Wydad Casablanca was Christopher Lorch. And these were his stats from his performance against Manchester City: 100% successful dribbles, 3 out of 3, 5 duels won, 40 touches with 7 of those inside the opposition box, 70% pass accuracy, 19 out of 27, and 67% accurate long balls, 2 out of 3. Lorch's impressive efforts earned him a 7.6 SofaScore rating, making him the second best player on the pitch, right behind Manchester City's Phil Foden. And it doesn't stop there. He was also the most viewed profile on Transfermarkt following this game, sparking fresh debates about his rising stock. What do you make of Lorch's performance? Do you think it's enough to convince Bafana Bafana head coach Hugo Broos to give him a call-up for the national team? In their second Group G match on June 22, Wydad AC faced a tough test against the Italian giants, Juventus. Despite showing aggression and intent in the attacking third, Wydad could only find the back of the net once, while Juventus dominated possession and ruthlessly converted their chances. The final scoreline was 4-1 in favor of Juventus, a heavy defeat for the Moroccan side. This loss leaves Wydad with a mountain to climb if they want to progress beyond the group stage. What do you think Wydad must improve ahead of their final group match against LI? A bright spot in a tough campaign so far, Christopher Lorch made history by becoming the first Wydad AC player to score at the FIFA Club World Cup. His goal and outstanding overall performance earned him the Sporties Man of the Match award, as voted by the fans. Right now, Wydad sit third in Group G, with 0 points after 2 games, having lost both matches. Their final group game is against LI. While qualifying for the knockout stages looks unlikely, Wydad will be aiming to secure a win in their last game, guaranteeing themselves a $2 million prize to take back home. What do you make of Wydad AC's performance in the Club World Cup? So far, the African teams have shown promise in this tournament, but El Ahly's performance has been less convincing. Currently sitting at the bottom of Group A with 1 point after 2 matches, the Egyptian giants face a tough challenge ahead. To stand a chance of progressing to the knockout rounds, El Ahly must win their final group game against FC Porto, and do so by a significant margin. But that's not all. They'll also need some help, hoping that the match between Inter Miami and Palmeiras doesn't end in a draw, which could complicate the standings further. Do you think El Ahly can pull off this unlikely comeback? Or is their Club World Cup journey coming to an early end? The race to the last 16 is heating up for the African representatives. Mamelodi Sundowns still have a golden opportunity to progress, but it all depends on their upcoming match against Fluminense FC on Wednesday, June 25. A win here would see them secure a spot in the knockout stages. Meanwhile, AS Tunis face a must-win game against Chelsea to keep their hopes alive. A victory will guarantee their progression, but a draw or loss means elimination. In fact, if AS Tunis draw, Chelsea will advance due to a superior goal difference. Can Sundowns and AS Tunis rise to the occasion? Who do you think will make it through to the next round? When it comes to Wydad AC, the reality is clear, their fate is already sealed. No matter what happens in their final group match against Ahly, they won't be progressing to the knockout stages this time around. Wydad AC's chances of advancing are practically non-existent at this point. With 2 losses already on the board, they're most likely heading home after the group stages. It's been a tough tournament for Wydad AC, but the experience gained on this global stage could prove valuable for future campaigns. It would have been fascinating to see how Rulani Mokoena might have performed with Wydad at this level. But the club made a different choice, and now they seem to be feeling the repercussions of that decision. On the bright side, Christopher Lorch's standout performances over the past 2 games have given Wydad something to build on. There's talk that the Moroccan Giants may consider signing him on a permanent basis after his impressive showing here at the Club World Cup. What's your take on Wydad's coaching decisions and Lorch's impact? Could Lorch be the key to their future success? Let's now take a look at our African teams' only standings at the FIFA Club World Cup 2025. This group includes only the 4 African representatives, Mamelodi Sundowns, AS Tunis, Ahly SC, and Wydad Casablanca. As things currently stand, Mamelodi Sundowns are sitting at the top of the African table with 3 points from 2 matches, thanks to their positive goal difference, which gives them the edge over the rest. They're followed closely by AS Tunis, who also have 3 points but sit just behind Sundowns on goal difference. Ahly sits third with a point. Wydad AC are yet to record a win or a draw. They are sitting with 0 points after 2 games and at serious risk of early elimination. It's now a case of who finishes strong in their final group games. Can Sundowns stay on top? Can anyone else bounce back? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. And don't forget, every win means $2 million, so even pride matches still matter. At this point, we can all agree, things are not looking good for Ahly and Wydad AC. The odds of progressing are now almost non-existent. For Ahly, it would take a big win over FC Porto and a very specific outcome in the other Group A match, which is highly unlikely. As for Wydad, even a win in their final game won't be enough to push them into the next round. It's disappointing, especially considering the pedigree of both clubs on the African continent. But this tournament has shown just how high the level is on the world stage. Do you think Ahly and Wydad underperformed, or were they simply outclassed by stronger opponents? Let us know in the comments below. As it stands right now, no African team is guaranteed a place in the round of 16 at the FIFA Club World Cup. With one final group stage match remaining for each side, the entire continent is waiting to see if anyone can fight their way through. What Mamadou said before the tournament might just come to life. If you missed the show, here's the clip of what he said.
Club World Cup. Let me tell you one thing. All 4 African clubs are coming back home after the first round. All 4.
Not even one, Mamadou.
I said all 4 are coming back home.
Do you think all African teams will be eliminated in the group stages of the tournament? Can we just take a moment to appreciate the Brazilian clubs at this tournament? Palmeiras, Fluminense, and Flamengo have truly raised the bar. They've played more matches than most, but they're still showing energy, structure, and tactical discipline in every game. This isn't just flair, it's smart, high-level football. The way they compete, the intensity and the control. It wouldn't be a shock at all if one of the Brazilian sides ends up lifting the trophy at the end of this Club World Cup. As the group stage nears its end, 8 teams have officially been eliminated from the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. These teams will sadly not be progressing to the round of 16. From Australia, Auckland City; from Egypt, Ahly SC; from the USA, both Los Angeles FC and Seattle Sounders FC; from Japan, Urawa Red Diamonds; from South Korea, Ulsan Hyundai FC; from Spain, a big shock, Atletico de Madrid; and from Morocco, Wydad Athletic Club. Before we wrap up this video, as football in and out, we are saddened to learn of the passing of legendary sports commentator, presenter and anchor Pamlani Msebi. Your passion and presence will never be forgotten. Our heartfelt condolences go to his family, friends, and colleagues following this great loss. Rest in peace, legend. Lastly, We would like to congratulate the Proteas for winning the World Test Championship, defeating Australia. No DNA, just RSA. If you have enjoyed this update, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on your favorite teams. This is Football In and Out, where the game never stops. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.